Welcome to SDH's coverage of everything going on in USL Championship. We will take you backward before we get you going forward, go through all of the news that's going on in USL Championship. And we have some interesting information out of Birmingham this week in addition to Team of the Week. And we have some coaching news as well. We've got player news, power rankings, all of that stuff. It's going to be coming up in short order here on SDH. And once again, don't forget to follow along the USL Championship on all of their social media platforms, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Be a part of the conversation that way at USL Championship on their social media and USLChampionship.com. All right, no dilly, no dally zone this week. So what we will do is we will take you back through the results of the past 7 days, get you into the matches of the week. And remember, we had midweek and weekend very, very busy material across the board. So in the midweek on Wednesday, Detroit City continues their climb out of the cellar in the East, going to Hartford Athletic, getting a 3-1 win at Trinity Health. They'll pass the Locomotive over Vegas Lights by the final of 2-1, as they are at the top of the standings in the West by the time the week is done. San Diego Loyal, San Antonio FC, it was a 2-2 draw at Torero. Then the busy Saturday. We'll start things off in the East, and we will do it with the first matchup on the board at Trinity Health. Could Hartford Athletic rebound hosting Charleston Battery? Here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at the USL Championship, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
Kyle Edwards over the ball for Athletic, and we are underway. 71 degrees, a little breezy, winds out of the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Marked by Markanek. On the left to an open Edwards. He's got Openo on his left. Gives it to Antoine. Along the left touchline. Against Dotson. Sends it towards the box. Doesn't get to Edwards.
Yes!
Shot and a goal! Andre Lewis puts Hartford on the board in the 31st minute.
No, again, if he's not scoring like he did in midweek, he is creating. It's poor defending. Kyle Edwards plays his part, and of course not. He says, and if I say you're an idiot, can you book me? He goes, yes. Well, I think you're an idiot then.
Sent towards goal, and it's in! And we're tied at 1. Markanek in the 43rd minute. His 4th goal of the season. And we're all even at 1.
Okay.
As we should be coming close to the end of stoppage time. Time for one more attack from Openo. Sends it on the right. Open man. Hits the top of the crossbar. And it's headed in by Edwards.
Funny old game football, isn't it? Wow.
3-time All Big East selection during his time at Georgetown. Winning the College Cup, the Hoyas, in 2019. As they continue to attend, as you could see, referee Alyssa Nichols holding court with Amo Lewis. Here's Andre Lewis, gets to Edwards. Edwards has a man on the left, loses possession of the ball.
She's given a penalty.
It's going to be a penalty kick. Looks like A.J. Patterson with the infraction. Edwards awaits the whistle by Alyssa Nichols. Goal! Knocked out of there by Edwards. Charleston keeps possession on the far side. Nice move by Rodriguez. Passes to an open man. Here's a shot and a goal! Markanek with his 2nd goal of the match in the 65th minute. And Charleston is right back in it, down 3-2.
Oh, Joe, don't say that.
No, you got to tell the truth. It's like a no-hitter, Mark. Come on.
Stop it.
Here's Rodriguez. Puts it along the ground. Crawford's been open on that play. Back to Rodriguez. Far post. Rice tips it away. And there's the tying goal. Now Rodriguez lays it off to Dotson. Charleston up a man since the 48th minute. Now Patterson with room on goal, and he scores!
Oh, my word.
A.J. Patterson from distance in the 90th minute, and Charleston goes on top 4-3. 8 goals. That's 8 goals this year in the 81st minute or later. Drilled it off the post, in on the far side, and it's 4-3. Brignall Vineyards, stoppage time. There are 5 minutes of stoppage time left, but tackled by Lappert over the goal line. This will be the 14th corner kick.
That's it.
But there won't be a 14th kick made. We have reached full time.
7-goal thriller. Charleston ends up getting full points, and they would move on to the next match on the board. Ricardo Silva Stadium, the next stop, Loudoun United knocking off the Miami FC by the score of 2-1, and that loss would be it for Anthony Pulis as head coach of the Miami FC. He was listed as departing the Miami FC. Louis Neal appointed the interim coach for the Miami FC ahead of the contest with Monterey Bay on Saturday. The Miami FC announcing on Tuesday Anthony Pulis departing as head coach. They reached a mutual agreement for him to step down from his position to pursue other opportunities. Neal, by the way, former USL Championship All-League selection at Orlando City, has been a part of the Miami FC coaching staff since December of 2022. And then Anthony Pulis gave a statement to all of the covering media in USL Championship. Pulis was in his second season with the Miami FC, led them to a place in the playoffs last year as the club tied for the league lead with 17 shutouts in the regular season, registered the longest away win streak in the championship with a 5-game win streak on the road, and had a 7-goal outing, the most goals in a single game since joining the championship back in 2020. Neal will be accompanied by Ryan Tam and Giuseppe Weller, who remain on in their respective roles within the technical staff. Joining on an interim basis as an assistant coach to the first team, Marcelo Alves, who has been serving as the head coach of the Miami FC's USL Academy team, fostering the connection between the academy and the first team. So the Miami FC looking for a new head coach as Anthony Pulis and the club reach an agreement for him to step down to pursue other opportunities after the loss at home on the weekend to Loudoun United. And we will get into the standings and let you know where the Miami FC stand coming up in just a little bit. At Protective Stadium, Birmingham Legion snapped the losing streak. 2-1 win over Indy 11. At One Oak, Orange County SC, big shutout over FC Tulsa, 3-0. AutoZone Park, Detroit City on the road, gets a goalless draw with Memphis 901 at AutoZone Park. Out west at Widener Field in downtown Colorado Springs Switchbacks over Vegas Lights by the final of 2-0. And out west, you had New Mexico United and RGV at the Lab, 2-2 draw there. Southwest University Park, El Paso Locomotive, Tampa Bay Rowdies, a 1-1 draw. El Paso Locomotive continuing to just clock points, and Tampa Bay gets a big point on the road as well. Goalless draw at Pioneer Stadium between Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Oakland Roots. Phoenix Rising Stadium at the corner of 38th and Washington is our match of the week out west. Phoenix Rising, Lou City, who would come out on top. Here's your highlights, courtesy of our friends at the USL Championship, ESPN Plus, and YouTube.
At a nice 96 degrees as we get things underway. There's the whistle for just the third time ever. It is Phoenix Rising, and it is Louisville City.
Gives Phoenix a good opportunity from a corner kick.
Gallardo ready to whip this one in. It'll be an in-swinger, trying to test the goalkeeper to the back post. It's Carlos Harvey. A quick start for Phoenix at home. Harvey gets Phoenix on the board. 1-0.
Started with the run of Arteaga that created this set piece. Ball whipped into the back post. Carlos Harvey.
Tellefson trying to return it out wide. Dia heads it into space, cuts it back. It's a penalty. Just like that, Louisville City will have a chance to go to the spot and get this game back level.
Switch of play here from Lou City out to the outside back of Dia, who takes a phenomenal touch into the box. And Fuenmoyer has to be right in this area of the field. Gets this one all wrong, late to the challenge.
Tosh for Louisville City to get this game back level at 1. Tosh sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Space to exploit. Maris going low and he scores! On the field for barely a minute, and Dylan Maris has given Louisville City the lead. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Lou City in front.
Creates a little bit of a window to space, tee up his left foot, uses his left and just blasts this into the bottom corner. Inside the box, especially from their aerial present, Arteaga.
Trejo trying to return it, comes all the way through. It's Manuel Arteaga, saved off the line. Sean Tosh.
It was the entry ball into the final third. Trejo, patient, brings it back, tries to play it across the face, conveniently falls to Arteaga.
Harvey looking for that pinpoint ball. Was that a handball? It's a penalty! It was right on the edge of the area. And Phoenix will have a chance to go to the spot and get this level. Here it is again. Let's see if we can spot where it was. Was it in the box?
Hard to tell from that angle, but it certainly is a handball here on Dia.
Manuel Arteaga, pressure penalty, and he converts! Rising off to the races, Armanakis, player goes down for Louisville. It gives Trejo space. Danny Trejo with Manjoma in support. Manjoma, penalty! And Phoenix will go to the spot, a chance to take the lead. Danny Trejo for Phoenix, rising, it's saved! Oliver Zebla keeps it level at 2. Look at it again.
Yeah, Trejo decides to go across his body, but he doesn't add enough deception in his run-up, disguise to what he's doing. He puts it too close to Zebla at the perfect height.
When these teams played last year, it was a 0-0 draw in Louisville. And tonight, it's a 2-2 draw in Phoenix. Not lacking some drama tonight.
So the answer, no one. 4-goal thriller. Lou City and Phoenix Rising shared points at Hard Health Park to wrap up the weekend. Monterey Bay 1-0 winners at Sacramento Republic. A bit of a surprising result in the Western Conference. So that sets up your standings and lets everybody know where things are. In the Eastern Conference, the back and forth continues between Charleston and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has a match in hand. They are a point back, however. Battery at 28 points, Pittsburgh at 27. Tampa Bay now unbeaten in 5. 7-4-4, they're at 25 points. Memphis has only played 12 matches. They have 3 or 4 matches in hand with everyone behind them. Unbeaten in 5. The 4-game win streak was snapped with the goalless draw. They're at 22 points, ahead of Lou City on goal difference by 12 in that margin. Lou City with the draw at 22 with a goal difference of -3. Legion snapped the 5-game losing streak. They're now back up to 19 points. Indy 11 at 16 points ahead of Loudoun on goal difference. And Detroit City is one less win than Loudoun United. So it is currently Indy 11, Loudoun, and Detroit City. Indy 11's points per game average also better than Loudoun's or Detroit City. So it's Indy 11 and Loudoun in the playoffs. Detroit City 9th right now. FC Tulsa's lost 2 in a row. They have not won in 3. They're at 13 points. The Miami FC at 2-6-7 behind FC Tulsa in goal difference. 13 points, 15 matches, and Anthony Pulis resigned to go try and pursue other opportunities. Hartford Athletic, 2-game losing streak. They are 2-9-4. Coming up on the halfway point of the season, they are at 10 points. Western Conference, El Paso Locomotive, with their draw and Sacramento's loss, now are on top in the West. Locomotive at 30 points. Sacramento, 15 matches, 29 points. San Antonio FC, 3 draws in a row. They're at 25. Monterey Bay's at 23. They've won 3 in a row. They were at 3-4-5. They're now at 6-4-5 after 15. They're at 23 points. Ahead of San Diego Loyal on goal difference. Identical records after 15, but they have a +3 margin, +6 to +3, Monterey Bay over San Diego Loyal. 6th is the Oakland Roots, unbeaten in 4. They're at 22 points ahead of Switchbacks on goal difference, who've won 2 in a row after their 3-game slide. Phoenix Rising, after 14 matches, they're at 18 points. 2 draws in a row at 38th and Washington, and they would be the last team in the playoffs if they started today. Orange County, 2 wins in their last 3. They're up to 16 points. New Mexico United had their 3-game losing streak snapped with the draw. Last time out, they're at 15. RGV's at 13. They are now unbeaten in their last 2, although they're at 2-5-7. Vegas Lights still 1 win in their first 14. They're at 9 points. They've lost 3 in a row. And at 1-7-6, they are last in the West. Other news going on, Championship Fans' Choice for Goal of the Week for Week 15. You can vote on this going to uslchampionship.com. You can go through the USL app. You have until Thursday at noon Eastern to vote. Your contenders this week, Christian Sorto for the Miami FC against Loudoun United, A.J. Patterson for Charleston Battery against Hartford, Justin Portillo for New Mexico United against RGV, and Marcus Nakim for Orange County SC up against FC Tulsa. So Sorto, Patterson, Portillo, and Nakim, your 4 contenders for Goal of the Week for Week 15. Go to the USL app, go to uslchampionship.com, click on the links, and vote for who you think is the goal of the week. Interesting news out of Birmingham. Dominique Wilkins, NBA Hall of Famer, joins the Legion ownership group as an investor. Made an appearance on one of the late morning talk shows on ESPN and described what the interest was in him becoming a part owner. So Dominique Wilkins joined the club ownership group as a new investor. Obviously, currently the current VP of basketball for the Hawks. His investment, according to the club, underscores the growth of Legion since their arrival in USL Championship back in 2019. Remember, Legion advanced to the quarters of the Open Cup, had 18,000 plus at Protective as they hosted Inter Miami as a part of that. And now Wilkins developed deep ties with Birmingham through his work as board chair of Birmingham-based Culture City, a nonprofit advocating for acceptance of individuals with invisible disabilities. The nonprofit works with an assortment of celebrities in addition to Dominique, including Jason Isbell and Group Love, actor Randall Park, and comedian Ken Jeong. Culture City currently has a sensory room at Legion's matches in Protective Stadium, and the club's excited to grow the relationship by including the nonprofit on the regular season jerseys launching this July. Quoting Dominique, he says, investing in the city is important to me. Brave men, women, and children of Birmingham dared to challenge the status quo to demand justice, equality, and opportunity for all. I'm excited to be a part of Legion's work to nurture communities and foster growth. Together, we can honor Birmingham's past and create a legacy for future generations. Then Jay Heaps also commented as well, Legion FC exists to improve Birmingham through the game of soccer. Passionate about growing soccer in the community, being a source of pride for the city. It's been amazing to see the crowds grow at our games. Fans that have been here since day one and fans discovering Legion for the first time. We're excited to continue that growth with Dominique helping discover new ways to create impact. So very, very cool stuff. Dominique Wilkins, now a part of the investment group at Birmingham Legion. Team of the Week for Week 15 is out. Charleston Battery's Nick Markanich, Player of the Week after leading the comeback for the side against Hartford, once again brought to us by our friends at Konami eFootball. Markanich scored a pair of goals in the comeback win, 4-3 against Hartford Saturday night. 47% of the ballot to claim the award. Ben Morris finished second after his 2 goals and 1 assist in the 3-1 win against Hartford Wednesday night. Championship Player of the Week selected by the National Media Panel, made up of representatives from each media market in the championship. So the rest of the roster for Team of the Week, once again presented by our friends at Konami eFootball. Anthony Siaha, Monterey Bay, is in net. Carter Manley from San Antonio. Eric McHugh from El Paso. Maury Donor from Monterey Bay. That's your back line of 3. In the midfield, it is Alejandro Guido from San Diego Loyal. Arturo Rodriguez from Charleston Battery. Justin Portillo, New Mexico United. Christian Sorto, the Miami FC, is your midfield 4. Ben Morris, Nick Markanich, and Kyle Edwards from Hartford Athletic are your 3 forwards up top. Your bench, Luis Zamudio from Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Marcus Nakim from Orange County, Reese Williams from Detroit City, Anderson Asadu from Birmingham Legion, Taylor Davila from RGV, Connor Maloney from San Antonio, and Milan Olaski, the goal scorer for Orange County SC. So that is your Team of the Week, brought to us by our friends at Konami eFootball for Week 15. Week 15 Save of the Week nominees presented by our friends at Select. You have until Friday, June 23rd, noon Eastern time, to vote for this. It's Joe Rice for Hartford against Detroit City, Leo Diaz for Vegas Lights against El Paso, Jordan Farr, no surprise to see his name on the list, for an effort against San Diego, and Oliver Semley from Lou City going up against Phoenix Rising, stopping Danny Trejo from the spot with 11 minutes to go. So Rice, Diaz, Farr, and Semley, your 4 keepers for USL Championship Fans' Choice for Save of the Week for Week 15. Once again, you've got until Friday, June 23rd at noon Eastern to come up with your answer, and you can click on the USL app. You could go on social media feeds for the USL Championship or go to uslchampionship.com. Click on the links, click on the news section, scroll down, and vote for your choice for Save of the Week. You can also stay up to date with the USL Championship newsletter. Once again, click on the banners at uslchampionship.com, in addition to staying as up to date as possible by liking, friending, and be a part of the conversation on their social media platforms, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. So that's how it looks for the USL Championship. Other news, FC Tulsa has unveiled their Indigenous Peoples Kit as their 2023 third kit, designed by Jessica Harjo, and it was unveiled on Tuesday morning. They're going to unveil it July 12th and wear it for the first time in market. Designed by owner of and designer for Wiomepe Designs, Jessica Moore Harjo, Ph.D., as a way to intertwine Indigenous art, sport, and community. You can find out more about that at uslchampionship.com, and you can also find out more about it at FC Tulsa's website as well. They're going to suit up on it Wednesday, July 12th, when they host the Miami FC at One Oak, a night crafted to honor and celebrate those who first inhabited the lands of Oklahoma and continue to contribute to its culture, values, and traditions today. Quoting Dr. Harjo, the collaboration gives Indigenous art and design a chance to be visible. As a contemporary design, anyone can wear it, and this is one way we can all come together to celebrate, create conversation, and have continued support and respect for Indigenous communities, end quote. So very, very cool stuff going on with Dr. Harjo and at FC Tulsa. The Tampa Bay Rowdies have announced the recall of midfielder Ryan Spalding from his loan with New England Revolution of Major League Soccer. Arrived in Tampa late April, made his Rowdies debut in the away trip to San Diego, 9 appearances in championship play, 2 goals, 4 assists, recorded assists in 4 straight games for the Rowdies, earned him a nomination for USL Championship Player of the Month in May, selected to the Championship Team of the Week twice during his time in Tampa. So, returning to Tampa Bay from his time with New England, it is Ryan Spalding. So let's get you into the action for the weekend. Once again, a reminder, if you are in market, take in a match in the USL Championship. Take in more than one. Take in more than one market when it comes to the USL Championship. Quality football going on in the second division here in the United States. If you are in market and you can't go in person, follow along on local providers. And if you are out of market and still want to follow along, you can follow along local providers or go to ESPN Plus, as they have the entire TV schedule for action in the USL Championship. So let's get you into the weekend that will be, or the week that will be, because we've got action in the midweek and we've got the full Saturday traditionally as it is laid out before we get into action in June and July. Wednesday, 8 o'clock at Protective Stadium, and we do have juice boxes in line for these games and for the early matchups on the weekend. Birmingham Legion hosting Loudoun United, 8 o'clock at Protective Stadium. Birmingham minus 147. Your draws a plus 295. Loudoun United is a plus 338. Also at 8 o'clock at AutoZone, Memphis 901, a minus 164. As FC Tulsa comes to visit, draws just under a plus 300, and FC Tulsa win is just under a plus 390 in the composite at Odds Portal. 8 o'clock Eastern at HEB Park in Edinburgh, Texas. RGV hosting Colorado Springs. RGV is a home favorite at a plus 133. Your draws a plus 250. Switchbacks are a plus 175. At the Lab, it is at 9 o'clock New Mexico hosting Phoenix Rising. New Mexico a plus 114. Draws a plus 250. And your Phoenix Rising to win outright is a plus 206. On Saturday night, Hartford Athletic is hosting Indy 11, and that one is at Trinity Health Stadium. In that matchup, Hartford favored, plus 144. Indy 11 a plus 168. Your draw is a plus 236. 7 o'clock at Segra, Loudoun United hosting Tampa Bay. Loudoun a home dog and a big one at a plus 280. Tampa Bay comes to town at a minus 114. Your draw is a plus 252. 7 o'clock at Highmark, Pittsburgh Riverhounds hosting San Diego Loyal. Pittsburgh, big favorite, minus 152. Your draw is a plus 273. San Diego Loyal is a plus 384. 7:30 in Hamtramck, Michigan at Keyworth. Detroit City hosting Orange County favored at a plus 108. Your draw is a plus 238, and Orange County is a plus 231 to win outright. 8 o'clock at Lynn Family in Louisville. No surprise, Lou City's a minus 172 hosting Vegas Lights, who've only won once all season. Vegas Lights are a plus 426. Your draw is a plus 295. Memphis at AutoZone at 8:30 Saturday. Minus 115 as the Charleston Battery come to town. Battery are a plus 276, and your draw is a plus 252. New Mexico gets another home game in short order. Colorado Springs goes from Edinburgh, Texas to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I don't think there's a direct flight. 9 o'clock Eastern, New Mexico's a plus 116. Your draw's a plus 238. Colorado Springs is a plus 212. Monterey Bay, 10 o'clock, is hosting the Miami FC after the coaching change. And at Cardinal, Monterey Bay is a minus 112. Your draw's a plus 261. The Miami FC is a plus 277. Numbers pretty much identical as Oakland Roots host Phoenix Rising, and that one is at Pioneer Stadium. And Oakland Roots are a minus 112. Draws a plus 252. Phoenix Rising a plus 275. And your late game at Hard Health, Sacramento Republic hosting San Antonio. Early contender for match of the week. Sacramento Republic, a minus 125. Your draw is a plus 257. San Antonio is a plus 313. That's your rundown of everything that's going on in the USL Championship. You can, once again, go to uslchampionship.com, follow along, get all the news that you need, click onto the newsletter, join the newsletter, follow along on all their social media platforms, and catch up with us every single week as we take you through the matches, your review, your preview, your news to get you set for another busy week in USL Championship. For everybody here at SDH, I'm just John. Thanks for hanging out with us, and that's the latest news from the USL Championship. Enjoy.